So, yes, everyone. So, before we move on further, I would love to start this afternoon by quoting a quote by Henry Ford, which states that individual commitment to a group makes the company work, the organization work, and the society work. On that note, once again, a very good afternoon, everyone present out here. Greetings on the occasion, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this beautiful day we all have been gathered here for. Well, this is Neha R. Gupta. I'll be the host for the day, and we are here on the spirit of gifting with something extremely picky, extremely choosy. So, without further ado, I welcome all the dignitaries and, of course, all the participants at the same time to this wonderful and excellence program, which is none other than dedicated to each and every one of you out there. Well, yes, before we move on to the award ceremony, I believe this conclave enabled conference, of course, to the ideas among the SEO scientific fraternity and paved way for the establishment of the network across the member state. And to have the proceeding part done, now I would like to request Dr. S. Venkatamohan, Senior President, Principal Scientist, CSTRIICT, to kindly present a report on the conclave.
Thank you, Neha. So, warm greetings from SEO YSC Conclave Control Room, Hyderabad. It is my honor to present the report of Conclave on behalf of the organizing committee. To summarize the Conclave briefly, the first Shanghai Cooperation Organization Young Scientist Conclave 2020 India under the aegis of Department of Science and Technology, Ministry of Science and Technology, and Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India was organized by Indian Institute of Chemical Technology during 24th to 28th November in virtual mode. The conclave started with the inaugural function on first day with Dr. S. Chandrasekhar, Director CSR IICT, welcoming the gathering. His Excellency, Mr. Vladimir Norov, Secretary General SCO, has appreciated the efforts and role of India in promoting the science and technology culture in the youth of SCO member states. Sri Vikas Swarup, Secretary, Ministry of External Affairs, India, emphasized the SCO countries are blessed with an unprecedented demographic dividend, which can be realized if young igniting minds contribute to research and development in science and technology. Professor Ashutosh Sharma, Secretary, Department of Science and Technology, emphasized that SCO member states can emerge as the innovative and knowledge hub and stressed the need for enabling mechanism for joint multilateral research cooperation to allow networking through collaborative projects. Dr. Harshavardhan, Honorable Union Minister for Health and Family Welfare, Science and Technology and Earth Sciences, Government of India, in his inaugural address, called upon all the ignited young minds from SCO member state to use science as tool to improve the quality of life of the common man, which is the biggest challenge of this millennium. Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Varshine, Head International Cooperative Division, Department of Science and Technology, presented the vote of thanks for the inaugural function. Representatives from SCO scientific ministries, eminent and young scientists from SCO member states of India, China, Kyrgyzstan Republic, Pakistan, Russia, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan were present for the inaugural ceremony. Ms. Yu Kyun-wen from China Center for International Science and Technology Exchange presented a statement on behalf of SCO member state China. Ms. Elena Gorjonika, Department of International Cooperation Russia, stressed the need to recognize the young scientists and wished every young scientist of SCO for their active participation. The conclave was attended by more than 200 young scientists, professionals, and representatives from SCO member states. The 5-day SCO event witnessed a detailed discussion and deliberations on the contemporary developments and challenges among the young researchers in the thematic areas: agriculture and food processing, sustainable energy and energy storage, biotechnology and bioengineering, combating COVID-19 and emerging pandemics through research and innovation, and environmental protection and natural resource management among the SCO member states. Lead speakers and experts from each thematic area showcased their converged opinion and view towards the development and cooperation amongst the SCO member states in the coming years. The networking session initiated cross-boundary talks among the budding scientists, and we believe this very multilateral forum has served the purpose to harness their idea and knowledge for addressing common societal challenges through research and innovation. Moderators on each thematic area coordinated with young scientists and experts and created a vibrant interactive networking session for sharing knowledge and enabled brainstorming discussion for building new cross-border and R&D projects among SCO member states. Perceptions of young scientists through joint presentations and synergetic thematic areas were discussed on day 5 of the conclave, where possible collaborations under each thematic session were showcased. Dr. Aravind Kumar, Department of Science and Technology, Professor Rajendra Prasad, core committee members have actively participated and made tremendous efforts for carrying out conclave in a smooth and timely manner in these challenging days from Hyderabad. Young scientists, chairs, experts, moderators, and organizers have shown appreciable efforts during the 5-day event. Additionally, organizing committee from CSR IICT acted dynamically to make the SCO conclave a grand success. The conclave enabled confluence of ideas among the SCO scientific fraternity and paved way for the establishment of a network across the member state. It also projected the opportunities for joint proposals with the STI perspective within the framework of SEO partners for future collaboration. A roadmap for networking and collaborating in these areas is deliberated with provision for exchange of young scientists across the member states. This conclave is unique in the aspect where such ideas from young minds were brought to the forum and also promotes international student exchange for knowledge and technology transfer. These 5 days, we have witnessed overwhelming participation from our friends from SEO nations. On behalf of the organizers, I take the opportunity to thank you all for your enthusiasm and active participation. The scientific fraternity have embraced the culture evening after the inaugural function, which highlighted vibrant Indian culture in live webcasting. I wish the spirit ignited by the conclave will result in fruitful and long-lasting collaborations in science and technology and innovation among the SEO member state that also embraces societal challenges. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Each and every word said by you means a lot to all of us. So yes, everyone, as we all have been together for complete 5 days, I think it's such a great pleasure to be here again with the same energy and enthusiasm, because this day is going to be one of the most fantastic one and a much awaited one. Also, I would like to thank all the people around the corner who have joined us virtually, took out time from their busy schedule, and welcoming them again. बहुत अच्छा लगा कि आप सब यहाँ आए और आपने अपना कीमती वक्त हमें दिया. And to move further, we have something very picky again to make a part in. So now the forum is open for valuable feedback from our young scientists. So can we have someone from live audience to please come and make a part in? Yes, please. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you so much. So first, I'd like to thank SEO for this conclave, and I feel like
I'm sorry, but sorry to intervene, my dear friend. It would be good if you start with your introduction.
Oh, sure. I think, yeah, I have been here for 3-4 times. So that's, this is Dr. Snehasis Bhakta, one of the young scientists in the Biotechnology and Bioengineering division. So currently, I'm an assistant professor in Department of Chemistry in Kuchbihar College in West Bengal, under Kuchbihar Panchanan Burma University. So I presented about the protein binding nanomaterials for antibody separation. So I have been here for last 5 days, and first of all, I'm very much thankful to the SCO and for this conclave. And I feel like it gives us a huge platform, and it encourages us, like young scientists like us get actually encouraged with this type of platform, and we can share our views on different possibilities. I mean, the science is like, I feel like there shouldn't be any boundaries to express yourself. Something may work, may not work, but this is a platform where we can express ourselves. So thank you for that. And I am also thankful to DST India for hosting and definitely providing all the financial support to attend this conclave. And a special thank to Dr. Arvind Kumar and the convener, Dr. S. Venkatamohan, for making us comfortable and wonderful hospitality. I mean, I cannot ask any more. And thank to all the young and energetic organizing committee members from IICT, mostly are from IICT Hyderabad, and many congratulations for to make this event successful. So since this is a feedback one, I'd like to add just quickly that definitely there are some barrier in online platform, like to make so there is a so when we try to interact, like this is a SEO countries collaboration. So then it would have been, I feel, I'm definitely sure, like next time when it will happen, we can interact more and we can get more inputs from the young scientists, and we can actively participate and actively work together. And definitely we can work together, but since it's an online platform, we had this problem. But otherwise it is been great platform, and we learned a lot of things. We proposed a lot of projects, so I hope something will come out from this. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. And we have one more young scientist to take over the forum. So yes, welcome, ma'am.
Hello, everybody. Myself, Anamika Singh from Gorakhpur University, UP, India. First of all, I would really like to thank DST and SCO for selecting me to present my views on the topic combating COVID-19 and emerging pandemics through research and innovation. My topic was if we can use graphene in this fight against pandemics. And of course, it was an honor and privilege to be here 5 days. And I cannot be much thankful enough about the hospitality we have been provided here. I traveled a long distance here, but I never felt out of place from here. So yes, it was a wonderful opportunity for me. I got to learn from all the SEO nations, and of course, it was a very good learning opportunity. And I hope in the future, for sure, that we will get something out of it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Well, we have a lot of virtually available people around the corner. So may I expect any feedback from your side as well? Particularly young scientists, of course, for the feedback. Your remarks means a lot to all of us, for sure.
Sure, I would like to add some comments. This is Dr. Saurabh Patankar.
Dr. Saurabh, it would be really great if you can a little bit more louder to us.
Okay, so is it okay now? Is it audible?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
So I am Dr. Saurabh Patankar from Institute of Chemical Technology. I am from the East Coast campus of the institute, which is in Bhubaneswar now. So I presented my work on utilization of agricultural waste, making chemicals, polymers out of it. And it was a really excellent opportunity to do that. So I'd like to thank SCO, DST India, and IICT Hyderabad for organizing such a wonderful event in this time of pandemic. It was really, I was really grateful that they allowed to participate even virtually, and it was a beautiful gesture from DST as well. The overall program in which the young scientists were connected with the senior mentors, that was really helpful in the senior scientists set the right tone, and then the interactions with the senior scientists were really very helpful. Like I have been interacting with Professor Panigrai over the last couple of days, and it has been an enriching experience. I am also grateful to all the fellow young scientists for giving very innovative and interesting talks, and I really enjoyed all these 4 days for this conclave. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, organizers, once again.
Thank you so much, Dr. Saurabh. Well, moving to next, can we expect some more feedbacks from the young scientists? We have many.
Hi, good afternoon. I would like to add something.
Sure, sir.
I'm Dr. Amjad Masood from Pakistan, and I'm working in one of the pioneer institutes in Pakistan regarding the studies of climate change. And yesterday I presented my talk on water resources of Pakistan and climate in the context of climate change. I think this forum is very much important And I congratulate Government of India and its SCO regarding this, that this water resources issue is and climate change is our common problem of this whole region actually. So I think such type of forums are very important, and hopefully we will be in one page and we will be doing research studies together in collaboration with all SCO nations, and especially we are ready to collaborate all these nations regarding climate modeling, hydrological modeling, and all these water resources and glaciers and groundwater modeling areas. Thank you very much. And again, I would like to extend my congratulations to all of the organizers and SCO nations. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. So as we all are under the same roof, let it be live or virtually. So I just want to say that we all have to make the best use of it. So can we get few more feedbacks from the virtually added young scientists?
This is Dr. Navneet Sharma. I'm working as a young scientist at the Department of Textile Science and Fiber Engineering at IIT Delhi. And I just want to give thanks to all the members who are involved in this conference, and they had successfully lead to this conference up to till the end. And one thing I want to add that the famous dictum of the Darwin survival of fittest has been changed to the survival of knowledge. And I think that this platform provides us an opportunity to share the knowledge between the different scientific peoples from different backgrounds. And I think that the need of the hour is to change the knowledge into a product form or in a transitional form. So I think so this platform will help us to develop good products which are helpful for the mankind in any kind of pandemics. So thank you. Thanks a lot to everyone.
Thank you so much, sir. Well, we have many young scientists from Russia. So may I expect some feedback from your side too? We have Elise, we have Rihanna. Okay, anyone else who would like to give a feedback?
Hello, this is Sergey Kryltsov from IT department of St. Petersburg Mining University, Russia. Most projects that I have seen during this conference were quite impressive, and I would like to thank the young scientists, organizers and professors for the possibility to share the knowledge during combating the COVID-19, and all other sections, they were also quite full of knowledge and expertise. Thank you very much.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
This is Ramesh, Dr. Ramesh from National Institute of Oceanography, Goa. This forum has been a great experience for me, and I thank the organizers and the Department of Science and Technology and our counterparts, SCO nations, for representing their beautiful works. As we discussed today and discussed in the previous days, it will be great if we really implemented our research interest in projects, so that if we can able to do it practically, we can solve many research problems what we are projected in this forum. So I hope to see our counterpart SCO nations to come forward to have collaborations on the proposed research areas. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you so much, sir. And yes, we have a participant from Russia. So I would like you to have a preceding part done, please. Elena, if you can unmute yourself and go ahead. Yeah.
Good day. My name is Елена Радкевич. I presented Russian State Agrarian University, Moscow Timirazov Academy. I presented my project is section agriculture and food processing. Due to the COVID incident, I'm pleased to say that this conference was organized on highest level. I would like to thank Елена Grazhankina, Valery Fedorkov, Dr. Arend Kumar, and all SCO member states who made this event happen. Thank you. I'm welcoming you all to visit Russia, especially my work and my Institute for Collaboration. Food security is something that concerns us all today. We really need new approaches to grow clean and healthy food. Now is the right time to make future eligible. By time, our strategy has proven that only in collaboration with other scientists and universities, we can reach much higher results. If you want to conquer the world, we need to unite. That will make us stronger. And we'll need to remember that time is what we are all dealing with. Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. Yes, please, Irina, you can go ahead.
Hello, my name is Irina Kuklina. On behalf of the Ministry and the International Center for Innovations in Science, Technology and Education, I would like to congratulate India with great event. Great event. I had a privilege to listen to several days, and I think it was very impressive, not only the possibility for the scientists, for the young scientists to give the results of their research, but actually to establish contacts. I think that was very valuable. To look at the cross-border collaborations and also to see how the results of their research can benefit the society. I think we could go forward, and I think this conclave, I know this is the first young scientist conclave that have been organized by India, but we should go ahead. I think we should go ahead at least every year to make sure that this conclave will take place further. And we are very much looking forward to support young scientists in the future endeavors. And we are looking forward to see what will be the results of this collaboration and what will be the links that will come up. So once again, congratulations, India, with fantastic event, and all the best to all the young scientists that have been presented. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And of course, you'll be joining us later as well for more remarks. So we'll have a continuity go on. And next, if we have any other young scientists to kindly give their feedback. Yes, Elise.
Yeah, hi, this is Alice from International Institute of Crops Research Institute, Hyderabad. And I have been talking about the application of integrative genomics and trait discovery strategies for crop improvement. And it was a wonderful event, and I enjoyed a lot and learned a lot from this event. And I would like to thank the SCO member countries, the Government of India, DST, and all the members of the organizing committee and the selection committee who provided me this great opportunity. And it was such a incredible learning actually. And hope all the whatever was discussed, it would manifest into very valuable value added products which will be useful to us, and hope to learn more.
Thank you so much.
Future events.
Yeah. Anyone else who would like to go ahead with the feedback, please? Young scientists, we have so many. We would like to know what's going on in your mind and your heart. Yes, please.
Yeah, good afternoon. First of all, I like to thank DST. This is Dr. Satish Murali from Central Weather Research Institute. First of all, I like to thank DST and SEO Nation for providing an excellent platform to create the contact between the young scientists across the nation. It not only gives a platform to contact to the other countries, and it's also given the platform to contact our own people. Okay, so because the contact is an important asset in our life, so I really created a good contact with respect to the platform. And not only that, basically leather manufacturing is, it is a real interdisciplinary subject where all the subject will be involved, so that in this aspect we also learned several things that can be collaborated with the leather manufacturing. So in this regard, I would like to thank, once again, I would like to thank SEO and DST for giving the wonderful platform. Thank you, Wando.
Thank you so much. We have many more young scientists, and I would like to request you to please have the proceedings. All right. So all I can say is like we are all appreciating the event. That means a lot to all of us. So yes, let's move on further because we have something very, very, very more picky and choosy coming up next. Before than that, now it's time to know expert impressions and remarks. So I would like to invite Professor Dr. P. Rajendra Prasad, Chair Professor, Andhra University, to take over the forum.
Good evening to everyone. Thank you very much, Neha. Good evening to everyone. I think let me just give a few of my impressions on this conclave. Uh, in all, I think the meeting went on extremely well. I think it's a very ideal conclave and very close to its planning. Usually you plan a lot and then many a times you can't reach all the targets, but this is a meeting despite number of shortcomings in time, especially. I think it really went on extremely well. I think as far as the talks are concerned, I think each session, each thematic area has been addressed by a couple of lead talks. They were really found to be extremely good. They are the beacons of the entire theme, I would say. So in fact, they have provided an overview of the entire subject, where what is the status of it, then perhaps what are the major challenges that are being felt, not only in India, but everywhere in the entire SEO nations. Then what can we really do or take it forward? What should we do really to take it forward? Similarly, what we have received from these people was also extremely good. Like, the participants, they have provided what is the work done by them, and more so, what's the innovation that's impending in their work already done, and what is the innovative work they really propose to do. That's one thing more which they have really done it. And in addition, everybody has also said that where do they really would like to have collaboration, because which would really help them to take them forward in a more realistic and more concrete way. So that way it was really good. And more importantly, when these thematic areas has been selected by the Department of Science and Technology with the help of a few experts from different areas, see, it really proved to be a very synergic single topic, I would put it that way. Despite the fact that there are 5 independent themes, the way in which the proceedings have taken place and the type of talks that have been there in all the 5 proved that I think all the 5 cannot be separated. It can be a single theme. It really looked like that. And the binding factors behind it is the common problems that are being faced by the SCO member states, like climate change, natural disaster, then depleting water resources, then transboundary issues as far as the political and other issues are concerned, then health, and then pandemic diseases like thing, then the limited natural resources, then sometimes the malnutrition, and these countries being the major agricultural countries are controlled by the agroeconomy, then the agricultural aspects and the soil aspects, and I think the food, and ultimately it's totally lingered around food, energy, health, resources, and the environment. If you put it together, all the 5 themes have been cleared or have been covered here. So that way, I would really say that I think the thematic areas have been very well chosen, and it suited all the member states, and the youngsters have really come up with wonderful ideas being expressed during this. One issue that I think perhaps was missing in this particular component or in all the presentations was not much importance has been given to the traditional knowledge. But indirectly enough importance has been given to traditional knowledge simply because everything, whatever we have done today, the contemporary knowledge is based on the traditional knowledge. So they may not be explicit, but I think looking into the traditional knowledge and the traditions, and then looking at the contemporary knowledge and the contemporary requirements and needs, I think there need to be some sort of a balance. So that particular part, I think, though it is implicit, I would suggest that I think it could have been much more explicit. Then coming to the other issues, I think when we really look into the collaboration, I think the networking did a real good job. But the only thing that that was obviously every one of us should accept, though we have created an excellent platform, everything is so fantastic, but and there was no itch at all at any time. We didn't have any presentation not being presented simply because of a technical itch. Certainly not even a single case. So these are all issues which are really good, but at the same time, I think a personal presence and then face-to-face discussions would have really made it much more fruitful. I'm sure about it. That's one thing maybe for future. I'm sure that that's always there in the mind of everybody. So that's not an issue. But then coming to this common theme, the proposals have been proposed during the networking. They really had an excellent opportunity to talk to each other, get to know each other, the areas where they are working. It's not a simple presentation. The later discussions really helped them to make sure that they talk to each other and they understand the subject in a common way between those two people or three people or so on and so forth. So that from that perception, the projects or the challenges that have been proposed, they discuss a number of challenges that are perceived in their different countries. But finally, they have come down to a few challenges which are really common to all the nations, and then to see, and which also deserve an immediate attention. While looking into this, I think perhaps all of them must have felt that time was not enough. We can really realize it. So that's a point which I think in future we should do it. But to compensate it, I think there have been a number of suggestions also that a brainstorming session for each of the subjects for one full day with adequate information being shared in advance, and then gear up the people to be ready with the discussions. I think one brainstorming session, one day brainstorming session for each of the thematic areas may be done. Though it amounts to about 5 days, I think it's worth doing it. Second component, which I feel my impression while we are really doing this is, I think a great exercise has been done. People have understood what their areas are and what the areas in which others are working and how those areas would be useful to them. And a lot more interdisciplinary cross-breeding has really taken place during this particular conclave. That's another important factor that we should realize. Having looked into it, I think one of the most important components is while this conclave is being done, the DST or SCO is going to come up with some call. I think a special thing, maybe it's a request to Dr. Varshney and Dr. Arvind, maybe to think about, try to provide a special place along with the proposal calling. If you can have a separate section for the young scientists, I think that could be really be wonderful, because it can be a comparison within the young scientists. But at the same time, what we have realized in this particular conclave is the presence of a senior person always really helped. It not only accelerated the things or discussions to culminate at a much better way in a much shorter time, more wisely, but also I think it really helped not to distract too much from the focus. So from that perception, I think this particular call, if you are allowing them, this should have a provision for mentorship. Unlike any other routine collaborative projects, this collaborative project may have a provision for a mentor, so that I think it really becomes a wonderful thing. And I'm sure the results are going to be much faster, and then they will really make much more sense and then serve all the nations in a much bigger way. So that is one component which I would really like to include if that is possible. Then I think these collaborations also should focus now that people have realized the advantages. But one of the issues which was not or which could not be discussed in detail at this conclave, though it was contemplated, was to look at what are the major facilities that can be utilized by the rest of the youngsters from the other places so that collaboration can be on real times. So maybe in the brainstorming session, that could also be a small part of it. Then this program should really encourage enough mobility. I think enough mobility, or need not be too long periods, but it can be for short periods, I think would really enrich the quality of the outcome as well as the interdisciplinary aspects or the synergy of the work being done from all these angles. I think in brief, this is what I would like to express, and I would say once again that the really meeting went on extremely well, the conclave went on extremely well, and people have contributed well. You see, the ideas that has really come up from the youngsters are amazing. But you can see people are really thinking ahead of so many things, and the application aspects, they see the applied aspects of research, and then their societal implications, all of them have been dealt so well. So in this scenario, I think collaboration by taking this much forward, trying to provide some sort of a separate slot. I don't say it's an exactly separate slot along with other calls, but this can have some additional provisions so that I think they'll be able to do a good job. So these are the basic impressions, and maybe the way forward is the one. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. And I tell you, this was a great thing. And many times, as Dr. Varshnesa was mentioning, I think Dr. Aravind, sitting silently, has been doing a lot of work. And then he says one word, it becomes a compelling word. You can't avoid. That's how things have really moved on. So it has become very dynamic, right from program to thoughts, and then sometimes even the perceptions or the concepts. But it really went on extremely well, and I think it's quite productive. I would put it that way. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. It means a lot to all of us. In spite of having such a busy schedule, you took out time for us, been with us for so long. That means a lot. I'm completely speechless. I don't think there is something else I can say more than thanking you. So yes, moving forward with the same expectations, and now we're going to be getting expert impression and remarks from Professor Dr. Manmohan Mendiratha, Director and Head, Janakpuri Super Speciality Hospital. Over to you, sir.
Respected Professor Rajinder Prasad, here again I'd like to show some slides which you will be, I hope you will enjoy those slides. And Professor Rajinder Prasad, and I want to thank DST and SCO for giving us the role of co-organizer with Professor Rajinder Prasad, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Big thanks to Dr. Varshne, Dr. Arvind, Dr. Venkat Mohan, and all the team at IICT Hyderabad and our other lead experts. As we are entering the valedictory function, you must be surprised why we have labeled it as a conclave. Why not a congress? Why not a conference? So, and I also welcome all young as well as not so young innovative minds. It's not that we are not innovative or Dr. Rajinder Prasad is not innovative. And so I welcome all. So this is the first SCO-YSC. What I say, every good thing has to come to an end. It's coming to the end in a very good way. I'll again like to say, time to give an account, how to integrate and say bye to meet again with more vigor in near future. Dr. Prasad has already highlighted, I will go from the website and what our chief guest said on that day. So I have picked up some, like you must have heard the word called conference, congress, conclave. This was a real conclave. What is a conclave? I'll not go in detail. A conclave is set of apartments. This was in the Roman time. with which the cardinals of the Roman Catholic Church are continuously excluded while engaged in choosing a pope. You can see this was a private meeting. For a period of 5 days, we were together and debating on only 5 thematic sessions. Now, this is the look at the beautiful group, wonderful people who had been around for last 5 days. Some are visible, some are not visible, but they have played very active role in the debate and integration and coordination and cooperation among the SCO nations. This is available on YouTube, the inaugural function. But I would like to say I'll take around 1 minute on this, and you should carefully look what this is. Starts with Neha, and then Secretary General Vladimir Norov. He gave a very good message. And then here is our Honorable Health Minister. Mark his words.
Excellency, my friends, Conclave, hosted by India. I thank the Ministry of External Affairs, the Department of Science and Technology, as a large segment of the population. You all know how the COVID-19 pandemic has emerged as one of the greatest global challenges, requiring a
Please listen carefully to his words.
collective global response, which has been
So here I stop and say young scientists play a significant role. So you saw that, what a significant he said. And then through the website, look at certain things. Sorry, I'll share this again. This is the issue with the virtual, that you have to every time stop sharing and then go to the other component. Anyhow, now I'm back. Another 3 minutes I'll take and convey the message. This was the first meeting which India has hosted. India has hosted successfully. And the young minds of the SCO have shown the way and can be leader for the world. These are basically more in the East. We can even have a way for the West that how to go about such collaborations. Now look at the message from the chief guest. I'll not read all. Our youth are our strength. They have the power to mold the world and play a positive role. That's what our Honorable Health Minister also says. More than 35% of the population is young. And this was the first meeting which was held successfully in 2001. And on June 9, 2017, India joined along with Pakistan. These are the core country members which are part of it. Now, what are the objectives? Look at these objectives. Have we met the objectives or not? We started that 1 year back. Strengthening mutual trust, we had. Neighborliness, we had. Dr. Masood said something very important few minutes back. Promoting effective cooperation among us. Basically, we will concentrate on science and research, technology. Joint effort to maintain stability in the region, whether it is a renewable energy, it is water source, or those, move toward establishment of a rational new international order. Now, these are the various countries. This is expanding. As I said, we'll meet with more intense vigor next time. Maybe more countries will join in the meantime. These were the only 5 thematic areas. Initially, we were thinking, oh, 4 days will be too much. As Professor Rajendra Prasad said rightly, now we think, even I think, there should have been, which is my field, is medicine, and I'm a neurologist. Combating COVID-19 and emerging pandemics through research and innovation should have been a whole day program. And another, I will echo what Dr. Rajendra Prasad said, listening to the young innovative minds, that we should have mentor-mentee program. He mentioned about mentor, but I have done once around 6 years back, mentor-mentee program, which was very, very successful. So this is started from 24 November. I don't know where have 5 days gone. We were very busy. Dr. Venkat Mohan making so many calls, Dr. Arvind making, Dr. Rajinder Prasad, Dr. Varshney Saab, and we were on our toes. And we were on our toes as were young innovative minds. So we were trying to do that possible. So through this, I would like that you should visit in person India, visit various workshops in the country like IICT and other centers, CIS, CSIR, DST, DBT, and other government organization in India, and to New Delhi, which I call Champs-Élysées of India. That's like one in Paris. However, I like to make a request. We have discussed enough. I'll not like to repeat or replicate what Dr. Prasad has given a beautiful message already. We have to stay safe and stay healthy. Vaccine is on the way, but social vaccine, you can see here, maintaining a distance, a mask, and this is very important. And lesson learned, as I said, are equally that earlier it was so strict, wear a mask or go to jail. So now is only fine, and quarantine is very important. So from this, I'll say that carry these messages, and thank you so much once again. Dhanyavad, Shukriya, CC, and once again, I hand over the mic to the organizer. Thank you, Nehaji. Thank you, Rajinder Prasad sir, and all the directors, sir, Varshney Saab, Director Arvind ji, and my all lead experts. We had close to 60 lectures. We had around 15 chairs. We had 10 moderators, and it was so well conducted that once I like to place on record congratulations to all concerned, whether these were the chairs, speakers, moderators, presenters, or the listeners. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful time. We'll meet soon again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Stay healthy. Stay safe, stay healthy. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. The way you encouraged our people, and of course, you kept them motivated. That means a lot. Just not being in kind professor, but apart from that, regardlessly, you cheered. You actually behaved like a cheerleader to all our young scientists. That means a lot. And of course, very, very thankful for the fruitful learning altogether. So I hope we're going to be continuing the same spirit. So yes, thank you so much from bottom of my heart, sir. Thank you. Well, with this, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be moving to next. And here we'll be showcasing the thought process. It's called Way Forward. And I would like to invite Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Varshney, Head International Corporation Division, DST, and Dr. Arvind Kumar, Scientist Department of Science and Technology and Convener. Can we have both of you for Way Forward?
Thank you, Neha. And good afternoon to everyone. Dobra din. Salam. It looks like it was yesterday when it was decided that we will go for the first Shanghai Cooperation Young Scientists Conclave. But it was about a year ago, and the year went on in planning how different things will shape up. And when it was decided that India would be hosting this conclave, we didn't have an idea that we'll have an additional challenge of COVID, which made this life a little bit miserable. And we were in constant touch with all our partner member states if we should go ahead, if we should hold it in hybrid session, or we should have it in an online fashion. And then, of course, how we'll pull in different ideas and how things will shape up. But I must confess that beyond the wisdom and alertness and carefulness of the elders, it was the excitement of youth getting together that prevailed. And we went ahead with the preparations and tried to organize best possible show which we could do to network the young hopes. Why I'm calling you young hopes? Because we have a research career for some identified years, whereas you have a huge opportunity. Remember, when we are going for collaborations, we are not looking for 1 + 1 = 2. We are looking for more than 2. That is what the basic message of collaboration is. And when we are talking about you represent nearly 42% of the global population. So the SCO member countries have such a huge citizen number of citizens that when we need to identify issues, what should we work upon is simple. Whatever you can carry, not only a generation of knowledge, but translation of that knowledge into product which could be served to the society at an affordable price. That's the simplest thing I would like to say. And here, young minds play a beautiful role. They come up with so many out-of-box solutions. You know, we, the elders, are governed by the basic philosophy and rules of science, but it's the young blood which comes up with new ideas, new thought, new approaches, and that is what we respect, and that is what this conclave is fully dedicated to, that we would love to have your ideas, how this community of 42% of the global population could act together in unison. Remember that science, as Dr. Rajendra Prasad has said earlier, science has no boundary. No, when there is a geoclimatical conditions, when there is a disease, when there are any natural system of river, mountains, or whatever, they don't have any boundaries. And we have to work something which is not only good for the society, but also good for the nature. And I have very high hopes on you people. I will take the only suggestions of my colleague Irina and also of the chair of the core committee, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, that we should have such organizations, such interactions much frequently. And why I said partially, because Irina came up with a suggestion that we should have it annually. I am so pleased to announce that India would be hosting second SCO Young Scientist Conclave in 2022. So it's an offer from us. And second suggestion, which Dr. Rajendra Prasad mentioned about the brainstorming session of young scientists, one theme per day, that is something very active suggestion. And I would request colleagues in the ministries of Science Ministry of SCO member nations to kindly consider this suggestion. India would be too happy to provide the web platform for these activities at a time mutually convenient to all of us. So we can work out the schedule and we could do it. As far as mentor-mentee program is concerned, it's a beautiful suggestion and I also take it positively. And in the next SCO meeting, we'll propose if we could work out SCO fellowship for our young scientists. And this would provide them 3 to 6 months of working together in each other's laboratories. So what we can do is a number of things we are planning. One is, of course, the next edition, which I hope would be in person and all participants could meet at one place so that interaction is much better. And not only they enjoy Indian hospitality, but they also have a first-hand exposure of our scientific institute, scientific culture, and the practices. We are also working out the mechanism of announcing SCO research projects. Dr. Rajendra Prasad ji made a suggestion that we should have a separate consideration for young scientists. That we will take into my consideration. But what I can assure you is that once this call is announced, even if there are no separation, there would be adequate opportunity for youngsters to participate.
Great.
We'll make it mandatory that at least one young scientist must be the co-PI of the project, if not the PI.
Great.
So that we can always insist upon, and so that way we'll ensure mobilities and continuous interactions of these things. I would welcome that even if this meeting ends today, this conversation should not stop. And over email, over group, over email groups or over WhatsApp group, you can continue your interaction, because what Dr. Prasad also said, that developing a concept into idea into a concept into a program takes very long time. Sometimes it is quick, sometimes it takes longer, but we should continuously develop those ideas and deliver it into a full-fledged project which you can do together. So I think I would like to come to an end, and I would like to thank not only SCO Secretariat, which gave us this idea, but also helped us in organization. I would also like to thank ministries in various SCO countries who help us. There are a number of people who are to be thanked, but if I would be allowed, then there is a core committee who worked for over a year under the leadership of Dr. Prasad. We have an organizing team. We have experts and mentors who selected the participant and guided them. And of course, our young participant for whom this event was done, and they could participate with great enthusiasm. So thank you all. And I'll request my colleague Arvind, Dr. Arvind Kumar, to add up something if I have missed. Arvind.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon to all of you. I am Arvind Kumar from Department of Science and Technology, and I am involved in implementation of SCO, Science, Technology and Innovation Cooperation. I would like to take this opportunity to briefly outline you the background of SCO, Science, Technology and Innovation Cooperation. Initially, the agreement on science and technology was signed in 2013 among the BRICS, among the SCO member state. India and Pakistan became the full member in 2017, and thereafter we have taken a pioneering role to develop the action plan for SCO cooperation in science and technology. So in 2018, in China meeting of Permanent Working Group on Science and Technology, we have developed an action plan which was endorsed by the head of the state at the summit. And this action plan is also include all those 5 areas which we have discussed in last 5 days, including agriculture and food processing, energy, renewable energy, biotechnology, bioengineering, and it also envisages that whether we can organize the regional or international event at regular interval, focusing on the science, technology, and innovation. So that was the initial background. In last year, 2019, when we met in Moscow at the minister level and senior official level, we agreed 3 actions. The first action was that we have to organize, every country recognize the talent and youth exchange uh, uh, importance. And then we have decided that we have to organize the youth, our young scientist conclave at regular interval. And in that meeting, India proposed that we will organize the young scientist conclave first time in India, and the proposal of India was unanimously endorsed by all the member states. So that was the first action. Second action, we agreed that we have to develop SCO, science, technology, innovation framework for multilateral, multidisciplinary research and innovation cooperation. So that part is also, you can say, was agreed in that meeting. And third important action was that we agreed that we have a lot of research facility, mega facility, and research infrastructure available in the SCO member state. So we thought that why don't we share and open each other research facility for our youngster or our senior professor or the innovator whom they can utilize, whom we can invite them, and these facility can be shared for better utilization. The modality for, you can say, participation on access will be on the reciprocity basis or the term and condition which we decide. So out of 3 action which we have agreed in last November, it gives us a kind of lot of happiness and pleasure that we have successfully completed action number 1, that is uh, hosting or organizing of young scientist conclave with overwhelming response from different country. And India, we have got more than 200 application. However, due to, you can say, we cannot accommodate everybody, we have some limited number. So we have shortlisted about 20, and out of that 20, we have come down to 15. So all those 15 has been invited. But to make it, this event to reach at the larger, you can say, scale, we have given opportunity to all our applicants to log in, means they can participate in this event through virtual mode. So this is once again saying that this is a very, very pleasing moment for all of us. And the cooperation, a kind of cooperation we received from all the member state, it is very encouraging. And as Dr. Basne and Secretary DST has said in their previous remarks, that we are developing the enabling mechanism for joint collaborative project. And Kuklina is here in our audience, and she spoke in the beginning. We have got the draft, and we have already responded with a kind of consensus, means positive response that we agree with that draft. However, we will meet again to finalize that draft for joint project collaboration. So maybe in few coming days that there will be a meeting of all the funding agency and ministry for finalizing that text of the joint call. So there is a lot of things happening in and around in our SEO country. This is one dedicated event, but as Basna said, a few days back, we had the global innovation conclave. Then there are so many conclaves happening. So I urge or I request the young scientists to keep sharing those opportunity among themselves, and keep in touch with their nodal point in respective country, that what is latest update, how we are progressing at the government level, what are the opportunity are on anvil. So those kind of things are required from the youngster side. It is not that every time we as a official inform you, but you have also same kind of responsibility and duty that whatsoever the opportunity is available in our country or your country, please do share among yourself, inform us, and the government is committed, or department is committed to give full support for the collaboration, networking, and whatsoever help you want. At the end, I would like to say that we enjoyed your company and interaction, And I will be available maybe throughout the year for any kind of assistant help from the department side. And I am enjoying full confidence of our the head of the division secretary for organizing such event. And hopefully we will make many more such event in coming year or month in the physical form or in person. So with that brief note, I stop here. I look forward for meeting you soon, preferably in the form of in-person meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Well, Sanjeev, sir, I'm literally lack of words how to thank you enough for being a true torchbearer for this conclave. Indeed, apart from thanking you, all I can say is you have literally shown us what to do and what not to do to make these 5 days more successful one. And we are very delighted and happy to know about the future things which you have planned already. So indeed, so much of thankfulness is literally bearing out of it. And I think we all indeed grateful to you for, planning the whole thing and coming out with these 5 very successful, lovely conclave. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. And of course, not forgetting our very own Arvind sir. He was literally a big supporter, worked tip to toe to finish these 5 days in a very, very successful way, and literally took the whole load on his own shoulders. So yes, thanks to both of you for making these 5 days one of the most memorable ones for everybody all together and making this conclave successful at the same time. So with this, we are going to move on further. So yes, everyone, the most awaited thing is here, the thing which we have told already. There's going to be I won't say it's just R&R, we're just not recognizing, but of course, it's going to be all about awardees. So when we talk about winners, when we talk about achievements and success, I get reminded of one of the quote, which says that we were born to win. We were all born to win. But to be a true winner, we must plan to win, prepare to win, and expect to win. And today, as we are all achievers, so yes, without further ado, we are going to move on to the set of awards, acknowledging and felicitating our awardees of today. So without further ado, may I now invite Dr. Alturi Avanti, CSIR Nehru Science Postdoctoral Fellow, CSIR IICT, to kindly take over the podium. So yes, ma'am, now the mic, the audience, and the script is all yours indeed.
Thank you, Ms. Neha. Firstly, good evening, one and all. I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to announce the most awaited awards to the young scientists on the behalf of the organizers. Foremost, I would like to mention that all the presentations made by the young scientists were informative and spot on, which in fact have triggered the fruitful discussions in the very purposeful thematic networking sessions. The overwhelming participation and scientific approach of the young scientists has made it very tough for the experts to arrive at the conclusive decision. Based on the soundness of the scientific methodology and technological feasibility, as well as its implementability in the SCO context, experts have recognized best presentations in each thematic area as a token of appreciation. So let's begin with the awards for the first thematic session, agriculture and food processing. Let's begin with Dr. Sushil Kumar Sharma, ICAR Research Complex for NEH region, Imphal, India. He deliberated on major plant viral pathogens of Northeast region of India, development of simplified diagnostics, host virus interactions and management. His work emphasized on disease diagnostics for management through targeted mutations and microbiota-directed approach. Congratulations, Doctor. Next, moving to Dr. Kanmeng Tian, Tianjin University of Science and Technology, China. Yeah, you can give a round of applause. Dr. Ken Meng Tiang, he presented on novel strategies to release of oligosaccharides and peptides from fruits and vegetables using enzyme cocktail. His deliberation dealt with enzyme selection and cocktail preparation for efficient production of functional oligosaccharides and peptides. Congratulations, Dr. Kinming. The third one is Dr. Banikova Anna, Saratov State Agrarian University, Russia. The deliberation was on development of novel high-quality eco-products with functional ingredients from secondary raw materials of grain crops for the prevention of nutritional diseases. The deliberation dealt with extraction of polyphenols and xylo-oligosaccharides from recycled cereals. The next one is Dr. Mehmet Zishan from NIGAB, National Agricultural Research Center, Islamabad, Pakistan, for banana bunchy top virus control in Pakistan through tissue culture technology. He delivered a talk on banana bunchy top virus control in Pakistan to tissue culture technology. He also aimed to eradicate Panama disease caused by Fusarium oxysporium. Congratulations, Dr. Jishan. Next, moving to the second theme, sustainable energy and energy storage. So the first award is Dr. Saurabh Patankar from Institute of Chemical Technology, Mumbai. He deliberated on catalysis for agricultural waste valorization. He nicely presented the strategies to convert agricultural waste into chemicals and functional materials. Congratulations, Dr. Patankar. The next is Dr. Li He from Suzhou University, China, who presented the ideas on harnessing solar energy to produce chemicals and fuels. His deliberation title is Design of Nanostructured Materials for Photocatalytic CO2 Hydrogenation. Congratulations, Doctor. The next is Dr. Ilya Menshikov, Institute of Physical Chemistry and Electrochemistry, Russia. The title dealt with solid-state adsorption storage systems of methane and hydrogen based on nanoporous composite materials for energy applications. The deliberation dealt with the concept of storage of methane and hydrogen in adsorbed state as an effective alternative to compression under high pressure or liquefaction at cryogenic temperature. The next one is Dr. Nauruzbek Mirza Alimov from Andijan State University, Uzbekistan. It dealt with development and implementation of high-efficiency solar photocatalytic energy device 3D format for wide-purpose NOSI, which was focused on the development and implementation for increasing the efficiency of solar photoelectric energy device 3D format for purpose NOSI. Congratulations. With this, we move to the next thematic session, biotechnology and bioengineering. The first to receive is Dr. Ramesh Chatragadda from CSIR National Institute of Oceanography, Goa, India, for deliberation on chemistry and genomics of luciferins, fluorescent proteins, and pigments from deep sea resources for toxicological and anti-cancer applications. He showcased a perfect combination of the fundamental research base and prospects for practical application of the results. Congratulations, Dr. Ramesh. Next is Dr. Natalia Semyonova from Federal Scientific Agro-Engineering Center, Russia. The deliberation was on development of accelerated technology for growing planting materials of blue honeysuckle. It dealt with the novel aspects. The work is practically oriented and reflects the demands for biotechnologies, not only in medicine, but also in agronomy, in the production of food and raw materials. Next is Dr. Chao Wang from Suzhou University, China, for biomaterials-based drug delivery platform for immunotherapy for cancer, infectious diseases, autoimmune disorders, and age-related disease. It is a high priority research topic with prospects for applying the research to wide areas of medicine, autoimmune, and infectious diseases. Congratulations, Dr. Chao Wang. Next is Dr. Snehashish Bhakta, Cooch Behar College, West Bengal, India. He deliberated on polymer-coated nanoparticles for antibody purification. He enlisted the importance of antibodies and its application. He explained the functional properties of the coated nanomaterials for its selective binding properties with the particular binding sites. Congratulations, Dr. Bhakta. The next is Dr. Muslim Bek Pirnazarov from Turin Polytechnic University, Uzbekistan, for deliberation on breast cancer detection using artificial intelligence that dealt with the detection of early stage breast cancer using artificial intelligence. With this, we arrive to the fourth thematic session, combating COVID-19 and emerging pandemics through research and innovation. The first one is Mr. Navneet Sharma from Indian Institute of Technology, India. His deliberation was on commercialization of the new ideas for the medical management of CBRN emergencies. He stressed on developing solutions for viral decontamination, especially COVID-19, from living and inanimate surfaces. Next is Dr. Pakulova Ekaterina from Southern Federal University, Russia, for deliberation on multimodal communication for monitoring the health status of a person, who proposed architecture of the multimodal system for monitoring the health status of a person who are ill with COVID-19. Congratulations, doctor. The next is Mr. Vishnu Jayan from Amachi Labs, Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham, Amritapuri, India, for deliberation on disease and development of a low-cost powered air purifying respirator for frontline medical workers for COVID-19 response. He presented designing and development of a low-cost open source PAPR for medical professionals. Congratulations. The next is Ms. Anamika Singh from Deen Dayal Upadhyaya, Gorakhpur University, India, for deliberation on combating COVID-19 and emerging pandemics through research and innovation. Congratulations, Ms. Anamika Singh. She explored the role of nanotechnology of nanoparticle graphene. She proposed graphene's physicochemical and antimicrobial properties and suggested that it may be used for the development of diagnostic devices for SARS-CoV-2 detection and development of PPEs and 3D printed medical components. The next is Dr. Nozim John Tuyang Gunao, Ministry of the Innovative Development of the Republic of Uzbekistan, for deliberation on the importance of telemedicine during COVID-19 pandemics, who delivered a talk on the organizing high-level medical services in rural areas using telemedicine technologies during COVID-19 pandemic. Congratulations, doctor. Now moving to the last segment, that's the thematic area, environmental protection and natural resource management. The first one is Dr. Kun Yang, College of the Environment and Ecology, Xiamen University, China, for deliberation on problem of bacterial antibiotic resistance in drinking water treatment that dealt with biofilters for drinking water treatment and distribution system to address bacterial antibiotic resistance. The next is Dr. Satish Murali from CSIR Central Leather Research Institute, Regional Center for Extension and Development, Kolkata, India. He dealt with water-free natural fiber processing technologies, strategies for development of solvent-cum-reagent model. He focused on the strategies for the development of solvent-cum-reagent model towards water-free natural fiber processing techniques. The next is Dr. Sitsiv Semyon from Institute of Oil and Gas Problems of the Siberian branch, RAS, Russia, for deliberation on innovative biotechnological products for cleaning oil-contaminated lands in various natural and climatic conditions. He emphasized on the biotechnological products for oil-contaminated lands in diverse climatic conditions. The last but not the least, Dr. Mambet Janova Nurila from he's a scientific advisor, Doctor of Chemical Sciences, Kyrgyz National University, for deliberation on obtaining humic premixes based on complex processing of natural materials that was focused on complex processes for obtaining humic premixes from natural materials. Congratulations to all the fellow young scientists for this coveted recognition. Now, thank you all, and over to Ms. Neha Gupta.
Wow, that was really incredible. Can we give a round of applause for all the achievers, everyone? I think that's the only thing we can do around the corner because they completely deserve it. So here we will be moving to next, and because there's the final day, there's the day 5. We all are here under the same roof. Let it be live or virtually. Thanks to everyone all together. So without a further ado, let's completely get into the next set, and here I'll be requesting our director, CSIR IICT, none other than Dr. N.V. Satyanarayana, Chief Scientist Deputy Director, to please kindly address the crowd. Yes, sir, please.
Yeah. Good afternoon to all of you. And then let me congratulate all the young scientists who are assembled here, and also those who are able to, walk away with some awards. That doesn't mean that, others who have not got the awards, it's only you can only take that these are the guys who have something great to showcase in the near future. Okay? So please take it that way. Okay? And let me thank the organizers, especially the Shanghai Cooperation Organization and the DST, and of course the panelists, starting with Dr. P. Rajendra Prasad, who gave a very good insight into what has been happening during the 5-day seminar, okay? And also Dr. Manmohan, the director of Janakpuri Super Specialty Hospital. And all this has been possible only because the effort that Dr. Varshne and Dr. Arvind have taken. And let me also greet Dr. Venkat Mohan, who has been the backbone.
Sorry for the interruption, but we would like to see you as well. So can you please open the camera?
I think I've opened the camera. I think I switched on, from a different. You're able to hear me, right?
Yes, we are, sir.
Oh, that's what I was wondering. When I was not able to see myself, but then the camera is on. But anyway, nevertheless. Okay.
All right.
Well, yes, I think Dr. Prasad mentioned that the whole thing, went without a glitch. I'm stepping in here to, as we call it in India, nazar ka dag. So this is the only glitch where I'm not able to showcase, or I'm not available on the screen. And this is considered to be a very good omen, because if something goes off very well without a glitch, then there will be some people who will have their envious eyes on them on such event. Okay, so I think it's a blessing in disguise that I'm incognito, but then at the same time I am audible to all of you. So that's the one thing great. Let me tell you, our director has been very kind enough to permit all of us to take this challenge. And of course, whenever DST asks us to do, it's a gospel for us, and we don't shy away from the responsibility. And the director gives all the backing that is required to go forward with all the tasks. Unfortunately, he's away in a different meeting, so that is the reason I had to officiate, being the next in command. It has become my privilege to address the young scientists. I think it is a privilege for me. Well, Ms. Neha, I think I was able to hear the opening remarks that you made on the quote that you had about from Ford,
Yes, sir.
about individual performances, right?
Yeah.
So that's really great. So we have a bunch of maybe about 57 individuals, okay, working together. But then my only appeal is leave aside the individualism, okay, and then come together. While it is important that you make individual contributions, it should look like one. And as Dr. Rajendra Prasad has said, though they have been segmented into 5 different themes, all themes have look like notes in a symphony. It went off so well, and there was a lot of synergy in what the type of interactions that have happened, and the type quality of presentations that were put forth. So take it from me that the 50 odd individuals, all of you should come on one platform and then start working together. And fortunately, unfortunately, though we are not able to meet physically, the best part is once this new normal has set in, thanks to the COVID, we are all confined to our own places. It could be our homes, or it could be in our cities or towns, okay, or countries. But nevertheless, the human mankind has been very, very resilient. We know how to get over such glitches, okay? And we can always come together on one platform, and that was made possible because of the type of effort that was taken by DST and Dr. Venkat Mohan and his team. So I don't think anyone has felt that they're physically away. Okay? And this also teaches us one thing, okay? That while we are physically away from each other, there's always a way on which you can come together and then work together. So I think this is the confidence that you can take away with you, thinking that yes, even if I'm not connected directly, I can always interact with the other scientists. Now, finally, I would say that all things, all that begins well ends well, right? Okay. But then I would just take yeah, am I audible? Yeah, yes. Okay. So the saying is that all that begins well ends well. But then I'll take that second part of it. I'll say that it doesn't end, okay? Because once it ends, there's a closure. So let this not be an end, and let the beginning continue to be there forever. You carry this to the second scientist conclave whenever you have, and I'm very happy that Dr. Varshney has volunteered, or if it is in IIC, if it is in India that is hosting. On behalf of my director, Dr. Varshney, let me tell you, IICT will be very, very keen to co-host this particular event. So as and when you get an official word about the second Young Scientist Conclave, so kindly consider us. So we are there. We'll be there to help you. So with this, let me wish you all all the best. And yeah, and I hope that let this interaction continue. Let this platform be alive. All of you come together and then start working. And finally, let me thank the person who has always been at the back, but then the one who has been a pillar of strength to several of the young scientists that he is able to groom. So let me thank Dr. Venkat Mohan before I conclude. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you so much, sir. Indeed, your work makes a very, very big difference. And thank you so much for your support and guidance for these 5 consecutive days. Indeed, it was a great pleasure to have you on board. Well, To be continued, I would like to request Irina L.R. Kuklena to kindly go with the flow of remarks and she can address the crowd.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me the floor. Once again, I would like to congratulate everyone with a great event, a fantastic event that took place for the whole 5 days. I would like to mention just 5 points, which I think are very important for the future conclaves. First of all, I would like to encourage young scientists to look for the challenges. And when selecting the topics, to address the challenges for the human society, but also to think about what are the potential challenges the society might have in the future. We do know and we'll learn about the challenges today, but let's look ahead. You will be living 30 years from now, 50 years from now. Look for the challenges that we'll be facing in the future. I think that's one point that is extremely important. And by meaning the challenges, I mean not only the technological challenges or environmental challenges, but also humanitarian challenges. Since we are supposed to live in a large world, in a united world, so we will be facing some humanitarian challenges, and we need your solutions to look and think about that. The second point is, of course, we would like the conclave to be the place where the joint research can be presented and the joint research can be conducted without borders, through distances. We know that science unites the world. We know that science has no borders. And this is extremely important, that we will be able to, with your help, to prove once again that we can do the science without all the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Further on, the third point, and I would like to encourage you to address the society in the other way. We all know different professions, what they are doing, what are their values for the society. We need you to tell us what is the value of your research. We need you to tell people around you, people that you face, people that you know at home, in your city, in your region, to know what your research can bring. And for this, I would encourage to have a special nomination for science communication, so that when producing the results of your work, you will be able to speak not only to your counterparts, not only to another young scientist, but also will be able to present the results of your work, the value of the work, the value of the research that you've conducted to a very wide audience, so that they can understand what is the value of your work. And at last, I would like to echo distinguished Dr. Vashni. I think that definitely I would encourage and will be pleased to support the idea of the SCO fellowship. This is a great possibility for the young scientists to use this platform, to use this possibility to actually travel and have an opportunity to do the research with your endeavors. I think this is fantastic. That's the full support from us for doing that. And my final address to all the young scientists today: please use this platform, use the platform of the Young Scientist Conclave to actually form new research partnerships. You've heard a lot of interesting points. While listening to the presentations, I've also heard encouragements of the presenters telling what they are going to do, encouraging others to join their research. Please use this conclave as a networking research platform, so that we can go ahead and enlarge, and maybe for the next conclave, you can present the results of your joint work managed to do through the networking at the first conclave. Thank you very much, and great congratulations to India for organizing this fantastic event. Thank you.
Thank you, Irina, for supporting the proposal of fellowship.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Well, as we have a lot of virtually available people from TBC, may I now request SCO member states if they can, go with the flow of some more remarks and address the gathering out here. We have a lot of people from Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Pakistan, any one of you, please. SU member states, if we can go with the flow of some more remarks. We would love to know what's going on and how you felt for these 5 consecutive days. All right, so I think we had enough of good feedbacks, and I'm very, very delighted to know the acknowledgement that we are receiving so far. And to move apart in, this is the time where we can probably say that we are closing it with a word of thanks by none other than Dr. S. Venkatamohan, CSIR IICT. So may I invite you, sir? With a round of applause, everyone. Yes, yes, yes. That's just a start.
Thank you. Thank you, Neha. Good evening to all. I am honored and privileged to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of the organizers of first SCO Young Scientist Conclave. I would like to highly acknowledge the support from Department of Science and Technology, Ministry of Science and Technology, as well as Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, in organizing this conclave. I sincerely thank and acknowledge the constant support of our director, Dr. S. Chandrasekhar, and also our Deputy Director, Dr. N.V. Satyanarayana, for constant guidance throughout the organization of the conclave. We express our sincere gratitude to Dr. Harshavardhan, Honorable Union Minister for Science and Technology, Earth Sciences and Health and Family Welfare, Government of India. His Excellency Mr. Valmir Norova, Secretary General, SCO, Professor Astosh Sharma, Secretary, Department of Science and Technology, Sri Vikas Swaroop, Secretary, West, Minister of External Affairs, Government of India, and Dr. S.K. Vashne, DST, for gracing the inaugural function and expressing the deep interest of India initiate joint projects with SCO nations for addressing common societal problems through STI. I thoroughly acknowledge the constant support of the core committee in planning the conclave for past 10 months. Special thanks to Dr. Arvind Kumar, Dr. S.K. Vashne, Mr. Devabrata Chattopadhyaya, Professor Rajendra Prasad, Professor Manmohan Mehendi Ratta, Dr. Deepak Pinjari, Mr. Aman Agarwal, and Anchal for their constant guidance and smooth running of the conclave. My heartfelt thanks to all the SCO member nations for the timely support and active participation in organizing the conclave, as well as showcasing the novel ideas for possible future collaboration. This conclave would not have been successful without our SCO friends who brought the crucial and common scientific concerns to the international forum. I would like to thank the scientific experts and moderators for timely and consistent support throughout the conclave. 5 days of conclave witnessed an overwhelming participation of young scientists from SCO nations. On behalf of the organizers, I take the opportunity to thank all the young scientists for their enthusiasm, active participation, and informative deliberations. I would like to thank Mr. Radhakrishna and his IT team from ICT, Mr. Damodar Joshi and Mr. Devendra Rao for providing the core technical support to organize this virtual event. My sincere thanks to Dr. Pauluri Srinivas, my colleagues, Dr. Pauluri Srinivas, Dr. Siddharth Maulik, and Dr. Krishna Rao for their constant support. Special thanks to CSR IICT administrative team in organizing this virtual event. I appreciate the effect of all POCAD web portal developing team in this regard. I express my heartfelt thanks to our research fellows for their dynamic and consistent efforts and support in organizing the event, which is very critical considering the multidimensional aspects of the conclave involving SCO member states. I believe the conclave has established a connection link for knowledge sharing among the SCO nations, which can take shape into fruitful collaborations in days ahead. I would like to end the scientific conclave with the caption, "Let us all defeat Corona together by wearing masks, maintaining social distance." Thank you all and wish you a good health.
Thank you so much, sir. All I can say is wow. The way we all have come up, in this global pandemic, the way we all interacted with each other at the same time, live, virtually, everything happened in such a good way. I would just like to thank everybody, every one of you. I think one small activity we all can do is just to show our spirits up. Just take your right hand up, everyone. Yes, let's take our right hands up. Everyone, yes. Pat your backs. Pat your backs. We all deserve it completely, indeed. Thank you so much. Indeed, it's a great pleasure to have you around the corner. So, few of the points which I would like to tell. I hope even virtually we did that. Indeed. So yes, thank you all for the lovely participation and showcasing appropriate roadmap for possible STI collaboration among SEO nations. Also, token of recognition and certificate will be given in a physical form indeed, and all the updates will be given on the websites. The feedback will be posted as well on the website. So yes, last but not the least, thank you so much, and a big thank all the way from Shanghai Corporation Organization, First Young Scientist Conclave 2020. Have a great day ahead. Enjoy yourselves to the core of your hearts. Thank you.
Neha, Venkat Mohan and Arvind requires a special thanks from all the participants.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Yeah.
All right, so with this, we're going to be concluding, but I think Arvind sir really have to say something. Yes, sir, please.
I would like to also, I think, convey my best wishes to our eldest young man, Professor Rajendra Prasad, and give him a lot of applause for conducting this meeting successfully. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, I don't think we need to really have to quit, on this note, because indeed 3 cheers are much needed. So I think virtually as well as live, we all can say 3 cheers. So everyone, hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. Thank you so much. A great applause to everyone all together. Thank you. Have a great day ahead, everyone. Thank you.